In the past couple of weeks, the already bad power supply in the country has worsened as players in the electricity sector continue to trade blames as to whose table the buck stops. Power generation companies, Gencos, under the Association of Power Generation Companies, or APGC, said the power shortage across Nigeria is worsening because they are being owed 1.6 trillion naira since 2013 by the Nigerian government. APGC's Executive Secretary, Joy Ogaji, said one of the reasons why the power plants are down is due to inefficient management of the national grid. The power generation companies outlined their challenges below. Gencos are currently owed 1.644 trillion naira. Gencos have exhausted all their borrowing sources as the Central Bank of Nigeria (CBN) had reportedly warned banks to desist from lending money to them. Most of the generating units are down and they need more to fix them. They want money to pay their gas suppliers because it is a contractual obligation based on prepayment. The group of power generation companies says if these issues are sorted, more power will be made available to Nigerians. They say despite the current challenges, the Gencos are still generating an average of 4,000 megawatts.
The issues span across the entire power sector. Starting from, speaking specifically about the Gencos that produce power with gas, it starts from gas generation to gas transport, all the way to the generation of electricity, transmission and distribution. The entire system is broken. And, there can be blame game across the entire sector. TCN is blaming Genco. Now, 5 or so years ago, what we were told is that there's enough generation in Nigeria and we need to focus only on distribution. Now we've left distribution and we're back talking about generation. So the entire sector is broken. Even if we generate, for example, 12,000 megawatts of electricity today, the TCN can't carry it. TCN can carry reliably only about 5,500 megawatts. So we need to address every single part of this sector. And the way to address it is not by government addressing it, it's by the private sector completely driving this. Otherwise, next year we're still going to be saying the same thing.
But the debt claimed by the Gencos has been refuted by the Nigerian Bulk Electricity Trading Company, or NBET. NBET disputes the figures quoted by the power generation companies. It says, only companies with active gas supply and transportation contracts are paid for utilized capacity. That in the country, only 5 power generation companies with active gas purchase agreement, the GPA, are entitled to be paid for unused capacity. They also claim that the Gencos have the capacity to generate 9,000 megawatts, but are not accurate, as inspections by NBET have shown that the so-called capacity does not exist.
We have about 11,000 kilometers of gas pipelines in Nigeria today. Most of them is controlled by the government, okay? And the same thing in gas generation. Some private companies generate gas to sell, but largely, of all the gas we produce in this country now, only about 21% goes to, is used in Nigeria. Out of that 21%, part of it is used for petrochemicals and other things. A little part of it is now used for power generation. So the only way we can start to solve this problem realistically is we need to completely unbundle this. We don't need a system operator or a market operator. We don't need over-regulation of the industry.
Nigerians are calling for a review of the electricity agreement entered by the federal government because since 2013, when the power sector was partially privatized till date, weak and inadequate infrastructures in the areas of transmission and distribution have continued to make the sector inefficient with poor results. Benny Ark, Arise News.